Hey, what's going on, everyone? I've got my Remarkable 2 here, and it has actually been close to 6 months now since I've had this device, and I'm so excited to show you guys how this has evolved. So, I like the tech things, I'm gonna be honest. By the way, this is my favorite hat. I like tech tools. I took computer science. I did computer science as my BS in undergrad. And so now I'm doing design and it's totally different and all of that. But I like to stay on top of things. I like to be entrepreneurial. I like to be efficient. And so it's been 6 months since I've used this Remarkable 2. If you're not aware of this, what I'm talking about today specifically is 5 tips to help you. So I've had so many people, literally so many people go insane with seeing my first training of this. So if you want to see that to get like a more basic understanding of what is the Remarkable 2 and then what can I actually use it for specifically in your business and in your life, just drop, hey Anastasia, good to see you. So glad you're here. Just drop the word training below and we'll make sure we get that over to you. So I want to make sure you love it too. Absolutely, it's so amazing. So the first time I talked about this tool, it was insane. People were so crazy about it. They wanted to learn about it. And at that time, I had only known a little bit. And now I've just been using it for 6 months. And one of the first questions we should get out of the way is people ask me, has the honeymoon phase worn out for you? Absolutely not. I used to literally have stacks of notebooks of things over and over and over again where I'm looking to see where did I put this notes, where did I put that notes, and this tool has made it so easy for me. It's so good that actually my husband started to notice how obsessed I was and asked me to play around with it, and then he literally bought his own, and it's so funny. So anybody I'm around ends up buying this. So let me know if you're here. Drop me a hashtag live if you're watching live so I can say what's up to you. If you have questions, drop them in now because I'll be able to answer them for you. And if you watch this later, hashtag replay. And so take care of that. So here's what we have. So first of all, this is kind of what the interface looks like. Let me see if I can change my screen a little bit so that you don't, oh, here we go. I got it. Okay, figured out here. So this is kind of what the interface looks like over here. I'm going to be able to, there is a function on here that you can actually share it and screen share. I'm just not sure how to do that on live. But if, for example, if you were hosting a Zoom and you were doing a masterclass, one of the first tips I have is you could literally, so let's pretend I'm just like starting a new notebook. And I do a new notebook. So I go over here and I just click plus notebook. It has all these different templates I can use. They're so cool. There's many, many, many different templates. From what I understand, you can even buy Remarkable templates off of like Etsy if you really want to get like popular. You can enter the name in here. I'm just going to make something up and hit create. And so let's say you were training on a masterclass and you wanted to like diagram something out. You could literally be actively teaching your people what you're talking about and drawing it live. So one of the first things that you can see right here is that look at the writing latency is what they call it, like the speed. So some people have asked me, is there a lag? And I'm like, no, absolutely not. There's no lag because that would drive me bonkers. If any shape or way this would slow me down, I wouldn't be able to use it. So the second thing that is super important, and there's a tip about this, is once you have all of your notebooks here, you can see I've got tons and tons and tons of them. I'm going to take it all the way back to the top. If I go to menu, check this out. If I go to menu, and you know what? Hold on one second. I'm going to turn off my ring light. I feel like it's blaring. Sorry. Normally you like a ring light. And I'll take off my hat. Okay, so this should help. There we go. All right. All right, so you can see that I've got all my folders on top. So I've got, like, for example, I have my 40th birthday party on top. I have kiddos in here. I've got self-care. I've got client progress. I've got masterminding. I've got all those different things in here. So what that allows me to do is when I click in, for example, SS, if anyone knows, that means strategy sessions. I literally can put in notebooks per person of somebody that I've talked to. So what this allows you to do is the organization of not only having notebooks, which is individual little notebooks, you can also then put them into the folder. So I've got like 3 different people that I've got here into the folder. And so what that means is if I talk to this person, I'm friends with all these people. So let's say I talk to this woman, Sally, and I talked to her like 3 months ago, and then we had like a follow-up like a month later. I can keep cumulative notes on her without having to look back. Now, if you are good at sales, if you know anything about sales, understanding a client's past journey and making them feel like you empathetically listened and really heard them is so beneficial. So that's awesome and amazing to have there. But again, if I go back to my files, you can see really clearly I've got self-care here. I've got kiddo stuff. If you click kiddos over here, you literally have, I have schedule right here, for example. So here is an example of their schedule where we're getting them on a new routine, and it's the kids tracker. And I wrote exactly what time, what's happening, and then the day, and then I can go ahead and fill that in and keep track of everything. So I do the same with my weight loss journey. If you've been following me, lost 36 pounds. I'm not going to share that on a live. I have shared that with a few women who are similar to my weight class and where they're trying to go, so they can visualize and see what we're talking about doing here. So beyond that, you can see on the left side here, they've got, you can integrate your G Drive in here. So this is my company launch. Literally have my PDFs of all the stuff we work on our drive here. So what I can do is open something up here, mark it up, and then send it to the team, which is just amazing. Really cool stuff. And on top of that, like check this out. It's our entire G Drive folder. It's just sitting here. So a computer's limitation is having to always be there and then have to open something in PDF or snippet or this or the other thing. And with this device, you can actually mark things up, which is really nice and sometimes is a faster way to collaborate. So specifically, what people ask me about as well is like, what's up with the cover? The cover, I bought the vinyl one. The leather one is nice too. Don't buy the one that comes with it. One of the tips I'll give you is you have to keep, people complain about the pen falling off and sliding off like in your purse. You have to specifically have the pen attached at the flat part of the pen at the very high part here. That's going to be the difference between it falling off or not falling off and it sticking or not. The easiest thing about this is that there's literally one button. There's only one button on here. You hit that button and you know, they have constant, like for example, they have constant like integrations and things that they're updating there. So that's super awesome. So if you want to go live, which is a question I get from a lot of people, is like, oh, how do I write on this and how can I share this with people? So if you go over here to menu and you hit, let me pick one. So here is, for example, here is my gratitude. So I have all my gratitudes pulled together in one format. I do brags and grats. Brags are 5 things I'm proud of myself for and 5 things I'm grateful for. So good for your mindset, by the way. It's amazing. I actually assign this to my clients. So we'll just use this as an example. So if you go here and you click this bottom button right there, you can, oh, I clicked the wrong one. Click the very bottom. I'm still clicking the wrong one. Hold on. This is fun. Hold on one second. What did I do? Convert. Oh, there we go. I did have the right one. So you click that button and you say present with screen share. So when you do this, there is a remarkable app that's actually on your device, whether you have Apple or whatever, and you can click that and it'll pull all your notebooks onto your computer and you can click it and you can share it with whoever you're working with. So that's super awesome. I could also do this. I could send by email. And when I do send by email, it'll immediately pull up the interface so I can click different people to send it to, different formats, add the message, and the formats are PDF, PNG, or SVG file. So again, the other thing that's cool is down here and all like kind of paired together is a convert and send in text. So it's going to literally use OCR technology and actually convert my text into like actual text, right? It's going to take my handwriting and convert it into text. So check that out. Isn't that amazing? So I can literally hit send. I can pick whatever pages I want and I can hit send and I can like send over to my team. So I've used this before when we were building out courses, when we're doing stuff that's collaborative and I need them to like be able to see what am I thinking. It's a quick way to brain dump and get things out there. So let me know if you have any questions and I can pop in here and help explain what it looks like. One of the coolest also things is the fact that you can erase two different ways. So I can like take a whole section like this and it'll just erase it, right? Like, which is cool. You can circle text it. But this I recommend, which is upgraded pen. It's a black pen that has, they don't describe it well on the website, but they actually has a really soft tip on the back. And that tip can actually be used as a normal eraser. So you see that? And give it 1-2 seconds and it goes away. Oops, you made a mistake. That's cool, just hit undo. Something that you can't do in a normal notebook is, let's say I want to be able to take this, you can copy this section right here, and up is going to come cut or copy. Let's say I pick copy, and I can literally be able to just tap and paste it down here. You see how that happened? It's just so easy to use. What I did on here once before is I did a client's org chart on here and I did it live with her. So as soon as she realized, I'm going to try to find mine actually. Let me see where I have that under. So for example, here is, I'm going to show you different ideas. I found my org chart, by the way. So these are my end of days. So I have an end of day review. I have it counted out and I have categories on top. So that's more a part of your personal habits and performance and all of that kind of stuff. And let's see, I'm going to show you this other thing. Okay, so here is our org chart, and this is really cool. Literally click back page. Let me see if it's still here, or maybe I deleted it. Let's see. So if I go over here to the square like this, yeah, you can see I've got all these different like notes that I've taken on here. So for example, here's a different org chart that I did. So I realized, oh, I actually need to go landscape with it. So you can turn on the landscape option, and what that does is just take the toolbar and move it over to the left side. Yes, so I use the dot back. I covered a lot of different things in here so far, but one of the things that people ask me a lot about is the fact that how does this compare to the iPad? So I don't have the iPad, so I cannot tell you with certainty what the difference is. Where do we get it? Remarkable. I think the website is literally Remarkable 2. Wait, hold on. I'm going to it. I think it's just remarkable.com. Yep. And then it's Remarkable 2. It's the next generation paper tablet. Is ready to go. But besides that, it will allow you to have the subscription where you can like showcase your screen and then be able to like connect your G Drive and stuff like that. I think it's like $10 a month or something like that. So that is like, for example, I mean, to-do lists, like the to-do lists are just awesome. Like this is when I was moving and I had 5 billion things to do, just checklist after checklist. But I didn't want my to-do list to get like messed up with what my business to-do list is, which is in a completely different place. Accountability partners, I have them in different notebooks. Mastermind, I literally have their notebook separately. And I might even have the mastermind, like Mastermind May of 2020, so I can remember specifically what am I looking for a certain date and time. And then you can take each of those notebooks and then you can organize them within one folder. So that is what I have for you today. I'm super excited to help people be able to organize their lives better, get more productive, be able to look at their tasks and manage them better, and not run around looking for information. So whenever your brain has to look for too much information or can't find it, it fatigues. And so I want to think of any single way that I can conserve energy. So to recap on those 5 tips of what's amazing about this and how to use it. Number 1 is the easiest thing, but sometimes it's the most obvious, is to make sure you organize your folder system. That works. Is to organize each of your notebooks by types. So you want to have like an SS, like a strategy session or a sales pipeline. You want to have that as a folder. If you're a busy mom like me, I have kiddos as a folder. I've got self-care. I'm planning my 40th birthday, like a girl's outing. I've got that. And I have even Masterclass and my Masterminding all as different folders. So get your folders organized. And then within it, what I would recommend is try all of the different templates that are out there. So the cool thing about having the different templates is that you're really going to be able to get the maximum usage out of, so for example, if I'm going to take quick sheets over here, it's going to make me just a blank sheet. But what I can do down here is click this button and it's got layers and templates. And I can click templates and you can see all the different types they have. So this is really going to expand your mind and creativity. So make sure you use different templates, not just lined notebooks. That's why this thing is so amazing. Like I've got this one right here. Actually, this one is called Storyboarding. So you can see there's got a big block. So what we did with this one is like I was doing a quick course outline and I was like, okay, we need to make a course for people. So how do we, like I quickly just did 8 pages and excuse my messy writing, but you can see brand messaging, brand positioning, and I've got all of it right there. And I could just I could storyboard it out essentially. So that's, I would say tip number 3. Tip number 4 is you've got to buy this. Like if you don't have this one where you can come in here and erase afterward, you're going to feel the pain of being able to not do off immediately when you purchase it. And full transparency, I get $40 off, but only after you keep it happily for 30 days. So look for the link below in that. And if you have any questions from there, just let me know. But any person I've recommended this to, and I kid you not, I've probably had over 20 to 30 people buy this based on my initial training and me talking about it. It just ends up becoming something that people want to know about, like in addition to the Whoop, in addition to the Aura, and I enjoy being technology forward. And so that's a part of who we are. And I am excited to see you here. We will be back live again in a week, and I will talk to you later. Have a happy time exploring Remarkable. Take care. Bye.